Have you ever felt like you're running in circles, giving your all but still stuck in the same place? It's no coincidence that you're hearing this right now. Something inside of you knows that success isn't just about working harder or wanting more. It's about unlocking an inner force already within you, a powerful energy that turns dreams into reality. Imagine this for just one moment. What if everything you've always wanted is waiting for just one internal shift, one click, like turning the right key in the right lock? This isn't an empty promise, it's a truth top performers know, and one you're about to uncover. Forget the tired formulas, the cheap shortcuts, and the advice that never seems to work. What comes next is a journey to recalibrate who you are, how you think, and what you project to the world. Because success isn't something you chase, it's something you become. Stay with me, take a deep breath, and let S start building the version of you that doesn't just dream, it lives the extraordinary. Have you ever stopped to consider what truly separates those who achieve greatness from those who only imagine it? It's not luck, it's not raw talent, and it's definitely not just the number of hours you put in. It's the way you think. Your mind is like a garden. What you plant is what grows. Sow doubt, fear, or the belief that you're never enough, and that's exactly what will flourish. But if you begin cultivating confidence, clarity, and the certainty that you were born to win, the world around you starts to change. This isn't magic, it's logic. Your mindset defines what you see as possible. Think about it. How many times have you caught yourself thinking, "That's not for me," or "Who do I think I am?" These aren't just words, they're invisible chains you place on yourself. They come from years of being told to fit in, follow the rules, and not dream too big. Here's the truth, the rules were made to keep things the way they are, not to help you reach where you want to go. Success demands that you break those chains and challenge the inner voice that says, "You can't." So how do you do that? First, understand that your mind isn't your enemy, but it is also not automatically your ally. It's been shaped by experiences, criticism, failures, even by people you love. Maybe someone once told you that you'd never amount to anything, or maybe you failed once and decided that proved you weren't capable. Those stories aren't facts, they're just narratives you've chosen to believe. And if you chose to believe them, you can choose to rewrite them. Start small, but start now. Pick one limiting belief, something like, "I never have time," or "money is hard to earn." Ask yourself, is that really true? Or is it just a story you accepted? Replace that belief with something empowering. Tell yourself, "I create time for what matters," or "money flows to me when I follow my purpose." At first, it might feel strange, even fake. That's okay. Your mind doesn't need to believe it right away. It just needs to hear the new story over and over again. Say it out loud, write it down, feel it as if it's already true. With time, that seed begins to grow. Here's the secret. Your mind doesn't distinguish between what S real and what S imagined. When you visualize success, when you emotionally feel like you're already there, your brain starts looking for ways to make it real. It's like programming an internal GPS. You set the destination and it finds the path. But to do that, you must stop looking in the rearview mirror, focusing on past mistakes, old failures, or moments that didn't work out. What's behind you doesn't define what's ahead. What defines it is the thoughts you choose right now. So choose thoughts that lift you up. Choose to be the author of your story, not just a character in it. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to naturally attract opportunities? It's not just about thinking positive or working harder. They're vibrating at a different frequency. Success isn't only about what you think, it is also about the energy you carry. It's an invisible wave the universe picks up and responds to. If you want to change what you're attracting, you need to adjust the signal you're sending. And that starts with how you feel. Think of your energy like a stream of water. When it flows freely, everything around you comes alive. But when it's blocked by fear, doubt, or resentment, everything stagnates. Many of us carry these blockages without even realizing it. Maybe it's anger over a missed opportunity, guilt for not being further ahead, or the pressure of believing you always have to prove your worth. These feelings aren't just passing emotions, they're like rocks in your river, interrupting the flow of what you truly desire. So how do you clear that flow? First, understand that your energy is shaped by where you place your attention. If you wake up scrolling through bad news, doom-scrolling social media filled with comparisons, or replaying old wounds, you're feeding a scarcity signal. Instead, start directing your focus toward what lifts you. It can be as simple as taking a deep breath for a minute and feeling gratitude for something small like the sun on your face, a conversation that made you smile, the fact that you're here alive with a world full of possibilities. Gratitude isn't just a cliché, it's a switch that realigns your frequency. Another powerful step is releasing what no longer serves you. Ask yourself, what are you carrying that's holding you back? It might be an old fight, the need to please everyone, or the belief that you must suffer to succeed. Write it all down, be honest, and then burn or tear the paper. This symbolic act sends a clear message to your subconscious. You're making space for something new, and the universe loves empty space because that's where it places what you are ready to receive. Here is something powerful. Your energy doesn't just live inside you, it reflects in your actions. Start acting like someone already aligned with success. Dress with care, even for an ordinary day. Keep your space organized, because outer chaos mirrors inner chaos. And most importantly, move with intention. When you do something, even if it is replying to an email or grabbing coffee, do it with the calm confidence of someone who knows they're on the right path. That quiet self-assurance is magnetic. It tells the world, I'm ready. You don't need to force success to happen. You just need to become the kind of person success can't ignore. And that means treating your energy like your most precious asset, because deep down, that's exactly what it is. Have you ever felt like you're one step away from something big, but something's still missing to make it all fit? That something isn't a hidden secret or a magic formula. It's the way you act every day. Your actions, as small as they might seem, are like bricks building the future you want. Thinking right and vibrating on the right frequency is powerful. But without habits that turn that energy into action, success stays stuck in your imagination. The good news? You don't have to change everything at once. Small daily choices, made with purpose, create unstoppable momentum. Imagine your life as a sculpture. Every habit is a chisel strike, shaping who you're becoming. The problem is many of us are carving without direction, repeating routines that keep us stuck. We spend hours distracted, accept tasks that lead nowhere, or wait for the perfect moment to start. But there's no such thing as the perfect moment. What exists is now, and what you do with it defines everything. So where should you begin? First, take control of your time. Start each day with clear intention. Before reaching for your phone or letting the world pull you in, ask yourself, what can I do today that brings me closer to my goal? It might be reading 10 pages of an inspiring book, taking a walk to clear your mind, or writing down an idea you've been holding onto for weeks. It doesn't need to be grand, just consistent. Consistency is what turns desire into destiny. Another powerful habit is learning to say no confidently. Your energy and time are limited, and every yes you give to something that doesn't align with your dreams is a no to what truly matters. Stop accepting invitations out of obligation, working on draining projects, or carrying burdens that aren't yours. Saying no is an act of self-respect. It's about valuing your future and protecting space for what sets your heart on fire. And never underestimate the power of intentional pauses. We live in a world that glorifies being busy, but success doesn't come from constant motion, it comes from presence. Set aside 5 minutes a day to breathe, reflect, or simply exist without distractions. These moments recharge your clarity and remind you why you started this journey. They reconnect you with the version of yourself that already knows the way. Finally, celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Finished a tough task. Acknowledge it. Did something that scared you. Celebrate it. These celebrations aren't vanity, they're fuel. They teach your brain that progress is real, that you're moving forward. And the more you recognize what you've already achieved, the more confidence you build to go even further. Your daily actions aren't just tasks. They're votes of confidence in the future you recreating one step at a time. Have you noticed how the people around you can completely shift how you feel about yourself? Success isn't only about what you do or how you think. It is also about who's in your orbit. Achievement isn't a solo mission. It thrives when you surround yourself with people who challenge you, inspire you, and believe in your potential even when you doubt it yourself. Your connections are like mirrors reflecting who you are and who you could become. But here's the catch. Not every mirror shows the truth. Some distort, minimize, or trap you in outdated versions of who you are. Think about the people you spend the most time with. Do they lift you up or hold you back? Maybe you have friends who always complain, co-workers who only focus on problems, or even family members who unintentionally plant seeds of doubt. It is not their fault, but it is your responsibility to choose who gets space in your life. Because whether you realize it or not, the voices around you shape your confidence, your decisions, and even your dreams. They're part of the environment that builds your future. So how do you build a network that lifts you higher? First, be selective. This isn't T about cutting people out coldly. It's S about prioritizing those who bring positive energy, celebrate your wins, and push you to grow. Look for mentors, even if they're virtual ones, authors, speakers, or someone you admire from afar. Soak in their wisdom. Let their words remind you of what's possible. And don't expect perfection. Sometimes an honest conversation with someone just a step ahead is exactly the push you need. Another key point is to give before you ask. Want meaningful connections? Be meaningful first. Offer help without expecting anything in return. Advice, a sincere compliment, or just your attention. When you approach people with generosity, you build bonds that go beyond transactional relationships. Those bonds become bridges to opportunities you can't even imagine today. A genuine thank you or a simple gesture can open doors money can't buy. And don't forget to be the kind of person you want to attract. If you want to be surrounded by confident people, start cultivating your own confidence. If you crave inspiration, be someone who inspires. The world works like an echo. It gives back what you put in. Show up as your best self, in conversations, in messages, even in the way you listen. Not only does this attract the right people, but it naturally pushes the wrong ones away. Lastly, value solitude as much as company. Not every moment needs to be filled with outside voices. Sometimes the greatest support comes from within, when you make space to hear your own intuition. Balance your connections with moments of silence, because that's when you discover who you truly are. And once you know that, the right people don't just show up, they stay. Have there been times when you wonder why life seems to throw obstacles in your path, even though you've planned everything carefully? A plan fails, a door shuts, or something just doesn't go as expected. These moments aren't signs that you're on the wrong track. They're tests. Success isn't a straight line. It's a winding trail full of turns, and resilience is what keeps you moving forward, even when the ground shakes beneath you. It's not about never falling. It's about learning to rise stronger every time you stumble. Think of obstacles like headwinds. They're not there to stop you. They're there to teach you how to fly higher. Every challenge carries a lesson, a chance to grow, to discover what you can endure. But here is the key. How you react determines whether those wins knock you down or push you forward. If you see failure as proof that you're not good enough, you stay stuck. But if you see it as a step in the process, you turn weight into fuel. So how do you build that kind of resilience? First, shift your lens. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" Maybe rejection shows you where to improve. Maybe a loss forces you to find a new way forward. Every obstacle is a disguised teacher, and your mission is to listen to its lesson. Write down what happened, what hurt, and then write one sentence about what you gained from it. This simple practice takes the power away from pain and puts you back in charge. Another important step is practicing patience with yourself. We live in a culture that demands fast results, but real success takes time. When things don't happen quickly, it's easy to blame yourself or give up. Instead, treat each day like a repetition in training. You wouldn't expect to lift 100 pounds on your first day at the gym, right? The same goes for your goals. Give yourself permission to move slowly, but never allow yourself to stop. Every small step counts, even if you don't see the result yet. And here's something many overlook. Take care of your body to strengthen your mind. Obstacles drain energy, and a tired body gives up faster. Sleep well, even if it means saying no to a binge-watching session. Drink water like it's your job. Move your body, even if it's just a 10-minute walk. These aren't minor details. They're the foundation. A strong body supports a mind that doesn't break easily. Finally, remember that you've already overcome things that once seemed impossible. Think of a moment in your life when everything felt lost and still you found a way through. You're still here, breathing, fighting, dreaming. That's not coincidence. It's proof that you have an inner strength that refuses to quit. On days when the road feels too long, return to that memory. Let it remind you that you're not just capable of overcoming, you were made for it. Have you ever felt empty, even when everything else looked perfect? As if deep down you know you're here for something bigger than yourself. Success isn't only about hitting milestones or checking off achievements. It's about finding a purpose that gives meaning to every step, that makes every effort worthwhile. Your purpose is like an inner flame, a guiding light during tough times that transforms your actions into something that echoes beyond you. And when you live with that clarity, you don't just grow, you leave a legacy. Think about the impact you want to make. It doesn't need to be huge, like changing the world overnight. It could be inspiring someone, teaching something valuable, or simply living in a way that shows others that dreaming big is possible. Your legacy is the mark you leave on people, on ideas, on the time you have here. But to get there, you must align your choices with what truly matters to you. Ask yourself, what makes me feel alive? What would I do even if I got nothing in return? Those answers are clues pointing toward your purpose. Finding that direction doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, like uncovering buried treasure. Start by noticing what moves you emotionally. Maybe it's helping someone overcome a problem, creating something entirely new, or telling stories that touch hearts. Write these things down, revisit them, and let them guide you. Don't worry if the path feels unclear. Clarity comes as you start walking, trusting that each step brings you closer to what US meant for you. Another key point is living with integrity. Your purpose only shines when your actions reflect your values. If you say you want to make a difference, but make decisions based on fear or convenience, that inner fire weakens. Be honest with yourself. Speak truth, even when it's uncomfortable. Do what's right, even when no one is watching. That alignment between who you are and what you do creates a powerful energy that attracts opportunities and people who resonate with your vision. And remember, your purpose isn't only about you. It's about what you give to the world. Every time you choose courage, every time you rise after falling, you show others that they can too. Your example becomes a seed planted in hearts you may never meet. So live in a way worth remembering, not because you need validation, but because you know your life is a gift, and how you live it is your way of giving that gift back to the universe. You're here because you deserve a life that pulses with purpose, joy, and freedom. Our goal is simple: to guide you in building that reality, step by step, with courage and authenticity. For that reason, we left a special gift for you in the pinned comment below. And don't forget, success isn't some distant destination. It is who you choose to be today. Start now. Live as if you're already the fullest version of yourself. If this resonated, give us a like on the Vibrating Prosperity channel. Let's walk together toward turning dreams into a more abundant and meaningful life. Peace and light to all.